Welcome to What's Trending, the show keeping you in the know with all that's happening in lifestyle and entertainment. I'm your host, Stacey Campbell Marshall. I think most of us love scrolling on TikTok from time to time. Well, more than a dozen states, including the District of Columbia, filed lawsuits against TikTok today, alleging that the popular app is harming the mental health of youth by designing the platform to be addictive to kids. A national investigation was launched into TikTok back in March of 2022 by a bipartisan coalition of attorneys in a number of states, including New York, California, Kentucky, and New Jersey. The documents allege the app is, quote, dopamine-inducing, end quote, additionally saying it was created to be intentionally addictive and trapped young users into excessive use for hours. It was the best-kept secret from Plankton, but it seems the fast food chain Wendy's is putting its take on the Krabby Patty. The special menu items dubbed the Krabby Patty Collab actually launches today, October 8th. The partnership marks the 25th anniversary of the popular kids show, SpongeBob SquarePants. The menu will feature a Krabby Patty Collab burger, of course, to SpongeBob's specifications, as well as a pineapple and mango-flavored Frosty, inspired by SpongeBob's Pineapple Home. Officials say the limited time menu will be released in the United States and Canada. Let's keep our fingers crossed that officials will bring the Krabby Patty collab here to the Bahamas. And for some sad news, Sissy Houston, mother of the late songbird Whitney Houston, has died. She passed away on Monday at the age of 91. Sissy Houston was a two-time Grammy Award-winning soul and gospel artist, and she sang with some of the greats, including Aretha Franklin, Elvis Presley, Dionne Warwick, and many others. May her soul rest in peace. As for what's coming up in the show, a local business who's doing all they can to support breast cancer. And the Bahamas National Youth Choir is headed to Grand Bahama, and we'll tell you why. And what's the Goombay Punch Cup all about? This and so much more on the other side of the break.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, that's good enough to eat, that is good to grow. It's good enough to eat, that is good to grow.
Imagine putting 5 of your kids through college with just farming alone. That's a reality for Brenda Gideon from Gideon's Farm in Abaco. She shares this much during Minister Jomo Campbell's recent visit to the island.
We've been farming here for 22 years.
The farm that stands today is a true example of resilience. As the entire island continues to rebuild following Hurricane Dorian, Gideon's Farm continues to thrive.
We literally had to use personal funds in 1 or 2 places we were able to get grants from, that we were able to start over. Directly after the storm, when Ika and Cardi, along with the Ministry of Agriculture, would have come out to help persons get started to go back into it so that we can produce, they were ready. Equipment was a problem at the time, so grants from the Ministry of Agriculture, World Central Kitchen, just to name a few, would have assisted them. So some of the tractors you see on the property, that's how those were purchased.
And this commitment to the craft leads her to encourage more Bahamians to get into farming.
I would tell anybody, if you're not farming, do backyard farming. I be out on the road and I sell my crop, and I tell people if they don't remember 9/11, just look a few years back to COVID. If the government closed the border for whatever reason and the ships stop coming, at least you'll have something to feed your family.
So if this has piqued your interest, Gideon suggests starting with these crops.
Bananas, plantain, they are low maintenance. They ain't something you have to watch for the bugs and like tomatoes and the watermelon. So these are easier crops to grow.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Bahamas, another company recently revealing its 2024 line celebrating breast cancer awareness. A posh event taking place at its Southwest Plaza store that featured a shopping extravaganza for everyone looking to be adorned in pink. There were balloons, breast cancer tumblers, pins, and other decorations. The general manager on why this was so important.
What we've done this year is we've just taken it up a notch. We've partnered with the Sister organization, and we've decided that we wanted to host an event where persons are able not only to come and see the collection that we've designed in support of breast cancer awareness, but of course to be able to talk to those survivors, to be able to speak to the Sister representatives here, to just find out more information about breast cancer. I'm understanding too that even males were diagnosed with breast cancer as well. So just to get the information to make sure that they are aware of what it is that they need to do in terms of checking themselves to make sure that they're in good condition. And then, of course, also, if they are actually the caregiver for somebody, just making sure that they get information as well as to what's the best way to take care of that individual, just to make sure that you get them to a place, of remission.
Barnett says the event was all for a worthy cause.
We are going to be donating to 3 individuals, and of course MAP, the organization which is Mammogram Access Program, and it's a program that was actually designed to be able to extend the screening of breast cancer. They want to be able to ensure that they increase the awareness so they can actually increase the amount of persons who actually screen for breast cancer. We've actually launched our 2024 breast cancer garden design as well. And so a lot of persons want to be able to, during the month of October, adorn, whether it's a t-shirt, whether it's one of our dresses, to just make sure that they are showing their support for breast cancer awareness.
Another JBI product. It's browning. What do you do with browning? You use it in your rice, you use it in your soup, you use it even on your meat. Browning gives a rich, flavorful taste and brown color. Look what we have, JBI kidney beans. Put them in your rice with your browning.
My parents and I have been using this drink for over a year now.
I have benefits and benefits that I'll drink it every day if I could.
Try JBI. Happy anniversary, JBI.
Here's to 30 years. Woo!
Thank you, Bahamas.
You've got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
I recently sat down with the director of the Bahamas National Youth Choir, who filled us in on a special concert planned for this weekend. Take a look. The Bahamas National Youth Choir has been around for more than 4 decades. These ambassadors have traveled the world performing for audiences large and small as a way of sharing Bahamian culture with the world. The group of talented young people also holds special concerts at home. The most recent one is set for this October in Grand Bahama. Joining us now live in studio to talk about this event is choir director Dexter Fernander. Thank you for joining us on What's Trending.
And thank you for having me.
So tell me about this upcoming concert. Tell me about the partnership and the special fundraiser.
Well, it's set for October 12th in the Grand Bahama at the Pro Cathedral. It's a special event for 2 reasons. We're having a student matinee. It's just to give individual students a taste of Bahamian culture and see, that passion of being a part of the arts. but it leads into a question and answer period. And then that evening, we have a full concert. When we say the full, it's our complete concert of the classical section, our Broadway section, which is a tribute to Tina Turner for this year. And then we go to our international and Bahamian folk. So it's a contribution for some individuals that helped the choir some 40 years ago.
Okay, and that's why it was so important to take it back to St. Jude's.
That's correct. In 1984, they were our first travel. They helped with our international travel, members of this church. And so it's giving back. You always want to give back and say thank you. So here we are coming back and giving support to the Anglican Diocese that has been a supporter of the choir in many, many ways over the years.
So you spoke about some of the genres of music that you'll be performing that evening. What are some of the pieces we can look forward to?
We're starting with the classical, the Ave for Schubert, and we have some Mozart music. Then we go into the wonderful Morgan Freeman's music, and you hear the Come That Fount. And then we go into some Broadway pieces, a tribute to not just Tina Turner, but we also have a piece for the Temptations. And then we go into that Bahamian and international folk. And so there's some new South African pieces that have become familiar on TikTok, and we're moving with the trends. It says what's trending,
yes.
So we're moving with the trends in terms of what Bahamians appreciate and want to see within their culture.
Okay, so how are the rehearsals going? Because I know a lot of time and effort goes into rehearsing for these events.
Certainly it's intense because we're getting prepared for 2 concerts. Hopefully we can get you to be a part of one of our guest
I would love that.
So we're preparing for both Christmas and this tour, and it's also our time for new intakes. So you're teaching vocal techniques, stage presence, and you're also brushing up on performances, and you are preparing for the Christmas at the same time. So it's very intense during this time now.
So you speak about new members.
Yes.
The ages ranges from 14 to 25, but what about people who want to join? Are there auditions for new members?
That's correct. They would email the choir, any of our handles, bnycsecretary@gmail.com. They send in the information. We set up a private audition. In the past, it used to be this long open call, and sometimes that could be scary for a person who has that wonderful passion. So we set up audition times. That's one thing the pandemic taught us. And we have some time and we find out who the true person is. Hear their voice type. We just see how high you can go, how low you can go, and then we do an air test, and then you sing us a song, and the audition is over. And then we place you into our program on a probationary period.
Okay. So what about rehearsals? Where do you rehearse, and do you have a space, where you can put together all of these performances?
So this is where I go into why we are so appreciative of the Anglican Diocese of the Bahamas, and why we're giving back to St. Jude. A few years ago, because of issues, our home was closed. The decision was made to close the National Dance School, and with that, a storage place had to be found for our clothes, so we had to engage. So we are like Egypt, just moving around, getting contracts. And you could imagine renting of a place of a dance hall. I'm looking for the day that we have a recital hall, a place where we can call home. But until that time, we are appreciative of the places that we rent and store our facilities. So you can imagine there's 40 years of costumes that are in a storage facility. So this is why we're saying thank you back with this St. Jude performance. We're looking forward to the day that we have a recital hall, a proper recital hall with dress place and a dance rehearsal place, some place where those who have traveled beyond the borders of the Bahamas can see exactly what happens. There's a place where we can learn about the stage, the arts. We can learn about the language, and be appreciative of it before we send them off to college, and realize that our students are at a disadvantage because their counterparts are introduced to these at an earlier age.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. And 35 members pretty much in the choir. And so it probably gets really expensive with all the travel and all of that. So fundraising is really key. How can persons assist with helping the choir continue with, concerts both locally and abroad?
So there are many ways you can contribute. I saw this person that went on talking about our costumes and etc. We need Bahamian designers designers. We are so proud of someone like a Theo Elliott who can design something for Disney. We need artisans to come up with new concepts. You know, there's different body size. We don't body shame inside the choir. So we need costumes that are flexible but represent an era piece. We look for individuals who can contribute. And most important, pray for us as we travel, that we present you proudly on international stages.
And donate where they can, of
Yes,
course.
they can. Yes, they can.
And what do you, when you think about the future of the arts in the Bahamas, what are you hoping for?
Oh, that's a lot. I'm looking for a home. I'm looking for a place where there are mentors that can feed into another generation. I am looking for, I see a place where every hour there's a performance, a dance, or reading, or something like that. And our stuff doesn't go to the grave. And I'm sad about that, that there's no place or inventory where we can go and find Bahamian scores of music. Where are the Audrey Wright's music of the world? Where can we get the Clement Bethel, Timothy Gibson? We have those individuals who are off to school writing to me, asking me, can I borrow a piece for my audition or my senior recital? I look for a future where there is some place where Bahamians abroad doing their doctoral thesis don't have to scrap their thesis because they can't find the material home. So I'm looking for that as something that would trend in a good way, that we can find some place to appreciate our own and then document our own.
Yeah. You know, we know your face and you speak so passionately. How did you get involved with the choir and how long have you been the director?
So strangely enough, I was not interested in the choir when I was younger. I hated the idea of singing what they call classic opera, classic Bahamian folk. And when I reached to college, I was introduced to Audrey Wright, and she said, Cleophas needs men, go and audition.
Okay.
And I was like, this is not me. So anyway, I led to another, went there, went off to school, dabbled in show choir tunes, came back and was not even interested. And Mr. Adley called me up and says, I would like you to be my understudy. I want you to be my assistant choir director. Now, I knew that we had two previous under directors. There was Zenovia Pierre and Edward Hanna. So I graciously appreciate the marks that they made. And I came in with the choir at that time, and I think it was the Lord's doing that I was there in the transition, understanding the work behind as I'm doing management and then doing the choir, etc. And so I transitioned into being from being the deputy and assistant into choir director for the National Youth Choir.
Good, thank you. We appreciate the time, and we're looking forward to the snippet that we have coming up. We're going to take a quick break, but Dexter will be back in the show a little later to give us a teaser for the event.
From paradise to paradise, Bahamas Air invites you to embark on a seamless island journey from the sun-kissed coast of Nassau, the Bahamas, to the rhythmic shores of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Soar high above a turquoise tapestry on the most trusted airline in the Caribbean. Our inaugural flight takes wing on November 17th, 2024. Don't delay. Book your idyllic escape today.
Thanks for staying with us on What's Trending. We've been talking about that special concert set for October 12th in the Second City. We have a few members in studio with us to give us a snippet of what they will be performing. Let's welcome Trevana Roll and Vivian Menace. Thanks for joining us, ladies. So tell me your voice classification and how long you all have been in the choir.
So my voice classification is second soprano, and I've been in the choir for about 4 years.
Okay.
My voice classification is first alto, and I've been a member for 8 years.
8 years, okay. So Trevana, what has been your experience like in the choir?
Oh, my experience in the choir so far has just been spectacular. I mean, before the choir, I used to sing in church or in school choir, but in the National Youth Choir, it really opened up my interest and my passion for the arts, specifically singing, and it also allowed me to explore my different passions, specifically acting, because, you know, we are a performance choir, and, you know, we act and we sing and we dance. We put all of those elements into our performances. I've also been able to expand my horizon culturally. I've been to 3 different international countries with the choir so far, and it's just been an overall amazing experience for me.
Oh, nice. And Vivian, I see that you all are wearing different costumes. Tell me about some of the costumes you wear in the choir.
The choir aims to show vibrant colors on stage. Today I'm wearing a costume that is designed by Bahamian. It pays homage to the Celebrate video we did, and Trayvon is wearing an African costume.
All right, so you ladies are going to share a little bit with us, so take it away.
Thank you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
Lovely, ladies. Thank you. And Director, thank you for joining us. So tell us, where do we get tickets for this event?
Well, tickets, you can call St. Jude's Church or the Pro Cathedral. We have 2 box office. Or you could just email us, bnycsecretary@gmail.com. Or you can send us a phone call, a phone text, 433-4677, and we'd be delighted. Unfortunately, all of the VIP has already been sold out.
Okay.
And so we still have individuals for the general area, and of course, the school section. We're looking forward to, delighted to have individuals.
Good, and this is October 12th in Grand Bahama.
Yes.
So thank you so much, and to your choir members, thank you so much for joining us. I am sure this will be an awesome. Regattas are a draw for the young and the young at heart. There's camaraderie, sailing, and a whole lot of fun. One local company is ensuring that it's celebrated in its own way.
And we all, the family, are racers. And the boat is well built by Mark. Mark built the last one. My brother Mark, my oldest brother. And it's obviously well rigged and well kept. You know, rain don't get on her. She stay under the shed. And I maintain it well. When we go out there to race. And so when they come up against us, they got to come real good to topple us, you know, as you can see.
The Susan Chase has had its fair share of wins in regatta competitions. The captain, Stephen Knowles, who hails from Long Island, says boat building is in their family's genes, and all boats are built by them from the bottom up.
And our family, the tradition is, when we want a new boat, we put the other one under the tree and build a new one. We don't break them up and repair them. We build brand new ones. So in our family, you could always find an older version of a boat, like the Legend. The Rupert's Legend is still sitting up in my cousin's yard. You could go there and see that. You can't find the original Lady-M or the original Tidal Wave or the original Thunderbird or the original Lucayan Lady. You can't find them. You could find our original boats. That's how we do it. We don't repair. We rebuild brand new, straight out of the box.
In fact, he said there's been at least 5 versions of the Susan Chase. This boat now a feature on a popular pineapple soda can.
Today we're here celebrating the Susan Chase. They are the winner of the B-Class Bahamas Goombay Punch Cup for the 2023-2024 season. The Bahamas Goombay Punch Cup is a competition that starts with the best of the best regatta, continues on to the National Family Island Regatta in Exuma, and completes at the Long Island Regatta in Salt Pond. So the sloops that have the most points between those 3 major regattas is declared the winner. So this year we had the Susan Chase as our winner, and tonight we're here celebrating the skippers of the Susan Chase and the performance and the fierce competition that they exhibited on the water.
Managing Director for the Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Jonathan Throneberry, on how the celebratory event came together.
The Bahamas Goombay Punch Cup is a program designed to both celebrate regatta sailing in the Bahamas and Bahamian culture, but also grow the sport with the younger generations that are coming up and kind of assist them with learning the trade of boat building and sailing and what it makes regatta sailing or Bahamian regatta sailing unique to the Bahamas. You may have noticed that we have sloops on our Goombay Punch cans. So with this year being the B-class vessels, you would have noticed several of the B-class vessels on the cans, the Susan Chase, our winner, being one of them. And they also receive, in addition to the cash prizes, a commemorative congratulatory can that will stay in market until we launch the new cans for the C-Class coming up in December for the Best of the Best regatta.
And for Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs, Clay Sweeting, the collaboration is what they like to see.
So from naming sailing the national sport, it's important for us to collaborate with persons in the private sector. And a company such as Coca-Cola, who's been a partner with us for the past few years, and then this year, ensuring that one of the vessels, the Susan Chase, is included on one of their cans is exciting, not just for the sailing community, but for the government, because inclusivity is what it's all about. They've done a wonderful job to ensure that not just the persons who win the cup are awarded a prize, but also that youth sailors are awarded some funding to assist with that. So this type of event helps not just with the camaraderie of sailors, but developing the sport, because young people are the ones who would help to develop the sport for the future.
And according to Stefan, they have any number of young sailors coming up, even some of his nephews.
Now all the grandsons sail, and my nephews sail with me. So I'm like the second or third oldest person on the boat now. And I feel old, because all my nephews are already in their 20s. So it's a family thing that carries on through the generations, and my dad has about, must say, at least 20 grandsons. So we can pick, choose, and few. Some sail one day, some sail the next.
And that's what sailing and the sport is all about. It's about building camaraderie, building relationships and community. And Long Island, the whole community has done a wonderful job over not just the years, but decades of their camaraderie and ensuring that they support one another. If you look at the past years and you look at the winners of a lot of the races, there are persons from the Long Island community. Now, I did encourage Coca-Cola to try to include the E-Class, so possibly the Sugarloaf and the Eleuthera boat could possibly be featured on a can next year. So we'll see how that goes. But you know, it's about Family Island development. It's about bridging the gap between different family islands, because all of us have different cultures, different ways of life. But when you see a regatta get put on, whether it's in Exuma, Long Island, Cat Island, Harbor Island, you see persons from different walks of life, different islands, travel there, come together to compete. And that is what being a Bahamian is all about.
Bahamas Air, our beloved national flag carrier, is proud to announce its inaugural flight to beautiful Montego Bay, Jamaica. Mark your calendars for November 17th. This new route not only opens up a gateway to stunning beaches and vibrant culture, but also strengthens our ties with our Caribbean neighbors. Whether you're looking to relax on the sandy shores or explore the lively markets, Montego Bay has something for everyone. Join them as they celebrate this milestone with an introductory round-trip ticket price of $526. Be among the first to experience the warm Bahamian hospitality and comfortable service that Bahamas Air is known for while traveling to Montego Bay. It's a fantastic destination, and Bahamas Air can't wait to welcome you on board. Book your tickets now and be a part of this historic journey. Visit Bahamas Air's social media platforms for more details. And today we introduce a new segment I think all book lovers will enjoy. Every month, we will bring you a book sponsored by Chapter One Bookstore. At the beginning of the month, I will tell you our selection, and at the end of the month, a few of my friends will join me in studio to discuss our thoughts about the book. I'll be reminding you every week about our book club so we can all be up to date with the designated book. This month, we are focusing on Queen of Exiles, written by Vanessa Riley. She's a New York Times best-selling author. This captivating story tells us of a young woman, formerly a queen, who finds herself in exile after a brutal coup. As she navigates the challenges of her new life, she must confront her past and the political intrigues that threaten her future. With themes of resilience, identity, and the fight for justice, the narrative explores the complexities of power and the strength found in community. As she gathers allies and seeks to reclaim her throne, she discovers the true meaning of leadership and the sacrifices required to protect those she loves. The novel beautifully weaves historical elements with rich character development, making it a compelling read for fans of historical fiction. This book has gotten high reviews, and I think it's an excellent choice, as it's also the tale of a remarkable Black woman. Once again, thanks to our sponsor, Chapter One Bookstore, where you can purchase the book, and I look forward to reading with you.